And now, Mike's thoughts.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, Thursday Night Football is officially here, and we have to welcome the man, the myth, the legend, primetime Kirk Cousins to the stage. Now, as we all know, the Bucs do take on the Atlanta Falcons tonight. We get to see primetime Kirk yet again, and we all know that primetime Kirk Cousins is a shitty-ass quarterback. Primetime Kirk Cousins is 7-22, respectively. 7 wins, 22 losses during primetime games. When he's not on primetime, he has an above-average winning percentage. He's actually a .600 winning percentage quarterback not on primetime. Now, the Falcons do have two primetime games left this season. Tonight against the Buccaneers, and of course, December 16th, Monday Night Football versus the Las Vegas Raiders. How the hell did we get Falcons and Raiders on Monday Night Football? Who really knows? But it is what it is. Like, I mean, seriously. Raiders and Falcons on Monday Night Football? But I digress. Now, I do understand that Kirk Cousins signed a 4-year, $180 million deal this offseason. With collusion, of course. Let's not forget about the collusion. 4 years, $180 million deal. They also drafted Michael Penix Jr. in the first round this NFL draft. So we got to ask the question. Primetime Kirk Cousins is 7-22. That's primetime games. Thursday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football, and playoffs. All playoff games are primetime. At what point do we see Michael Penix Jr. in the Atlanta Falcons uniform? At what point do we see the Penix taking the helm? I want to see a Penix. Can somebody please show me a Penix? That's what I want to see. Now, I understand what you're saying. Buck. Slow it down, baby. Slow it down, baby. We understand that the Eagles right now are 2-2 on this season. We understand that the Falcons have beaten the Philadelphia Eagles 22-20, 21. Whoa, wow. Somebody give me a beer for that win. And of course, they did beat the Saints a couple weeks ago as well. 26-24. Sweet. Cool. It is what it is. Saints are on a downward slump. The Eagles are terrible. Damn it, show me a Penix. That is what I see. Screw Kirk Cousins. Screw primetime Kirk Cousins. Screw your $480 million deal. Give me a Penix. I want to see a Penix. Penix. Cue that intro. Are you ready for the best damn NFL show on the planet? Man Hour Nation. Rise up.
Yeah, hey, let's go. Hitting that gridiron, we going hard, we running the plays. You know the vibe, only the strong survive. Gotta keep your head in the game. Talking NFL, uncut, straight raw. Steady bringing that sauce. We about to take off. Get it hype, this man, our sport talk. Yeah. From the quarterback to the lineman, everybody bringing heat. You don't really want to try them. Hey, who gon' win? It's a battle of the giants. This show is the flyest. Nobody can deny it. This is Man Hour. Sport Talk. Man Hour. Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception? This is Man Hour. Sport Talk. Man Hour. Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception?
Let's go. What is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Blackhouse here with the Man Hour. Be sure to go to manhourradio.com. Check out the merchandise page. Of course, check out the blog section as well. But check out the Discord. Tonight, if you want to watch Thursday Night Football, the Buccaneers taking on the Atlanta Falcons, head over to the Discord and you can stream that game for free over there on our Discord. That's right, it is free. All you gotta do is click on the Discord, join the Discord, and bada bing, bada boom, click on Bucs versus Falcons, and you can watch it from your phone. And if you can figure out how to put Discord on your TV, bada bing, bada boom, you can do that as well. Of course, you can do it on your computer. That's what I normally do is I hook up my TV with HDMI cord to my computer, bada bing, bada boom. There it is, baby. There it is. But I gotta ask the question now, guys. Who do you guys got tonight? Who do you guys got? The Buccaneers or the Falcons? Who do we got? But on today's show, guys, we got a little segment called Patience or Panic. Panic or Patience right here on the Thursday editions of Man Hour NFL Talk. We are going to be talking about the Dallas Cowboys. Are they in panic mode? Are the Jacksonville Jaguars, are they in panic mode? Are the Cincinnati Bengals, are they in panic mode? But most importantly, guys, The rulers of the AFC North are here, and we're going to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers today. I'm going to tell you how the Pittsburgh Steelers can and will win the NFC North this year. They are them. Before we get too carried away, we got to welcome some people in the chat. We got to check over the chat because this is the only interactive show that you'll see. Live, raw, uncut, and the most interactive show out there on the old Facebook and, of course, YouTube as well. Laura Johnson Hedrick is in the chat. She says, good afternoon, y'all. Good afternoon, Laura. Hope you're having a grand old day. I'm glad to see you back, Laura. Laura has quickly become an everydayer, and honestly, Laura, I do not know how you do not have a top fan status. I don't know. I don't know. Speaking of top fans, Jim is a top fan. Jim is also a pigskin pundit. If you guys want to be like Jim, click on the link below, subscribe to the channel, get $4.99 a month. You get all access to every live game that you want to watch. I will stream you any game that you want. You get behind the scenes footage like today. We did a little pre-show. I had 10 minutes to spare. I gave a little tour of the studio that I got here. Bada bing, bada boom. But he says Dak owes a refund to the Dallas Cowboys. And then I said Dak is a top 5 quarterback, Jim. You know this, Jim. Dak is a top 5 quarterback. And I don't understand why y'all keep on hating Dak Prescott. Jim, you as a Raiders fan, you would love you some Dak Prescott right now. The New York Football Giants would love them some Dak Prescott right now. The Miami Dolphins would love them some Dak Prescott right now. Dak Prescott does not know anybody a refund whatsoever. He is a top 5 quarterback in the league. Any team out there besides the 49ers, besides the Ravens, besides the Chiefs, and potentially maybe besides the Detroit Lions would want them some Dak Prescott. Let's just be honest. Everybody else want them some Dak Prescott. Better than Kyler Murray, better than Geno, better than Sam Darnold. Sorry, Laura. Better than Danny Dimes. He is up there. He is up there. Laura says she's taking the Bucks tonight, as you should be, because the Bucks have got my heart. For some reason, I love me some Baker Mayfield, and I love me some Bucks. Jim also says, if Dak is top 5, someone should let him know. Someone should let Dak Prescott know. James Berlin's in the chat. Says the run game is horrible, the defense is horrible, and underperforming regularly. We're going to talk a lot about the Dallas Cowboys coming up here, James, so stay tuned. We are going to be talking about the Dallas Cowboys very, very soon here. James Frank says primetime Kirk Cousins suck. 100%. 100%. And Jim says we need an unbiased Jim's Thought segment on Friday so I can realign the ship. Jim, floor's all yours. Tomorrow, hit me up, record your segment, send it to me, bada bing, bada boom. I will open up the show with Jim's Thoughts. Jim also says, no matter how much you do not like the Raiders, they draw money. That is a part of the reason why they suck. They suck because they don't have to be good and will still sell merch out the ass. Not wrong. Mark D is in the chat. Says, what up, Buckmeister? What up, Mark? What up, Mark? Guys, join Hoffy, Mark, and myself Saturday night for a Week 5 NFL pregame show. We got that coming up here in a couple days, so join us. Arthur Brown says, leave Tyreek alone, damn it. He's staying in Miami. Fins up. All right, Arthur Brown. I will leave Mr. Tyreek alone as long as he stops trolling the internet. The minute Tyreek Hill stops trolling the internet, all these trade rumors will subside. All of these rumors he's coming back to Kansas City or going to the Cowboys or going this will start to slow down, baby. Also, you always got a new slogan. It's Go Fins now. No more fins up. Go Fins. Go Fins. James Berlin says, just got to switch cities every 5 years. They are like locusts. Meaning the Raiders. Arthur Brown is taking the Bucks tonight. Guys, who are you taking tonight? Are you taking the mighty Atlanta Falcons, a home team, or are you take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? James Frank says the Steelers still suck. We'll be talking about the Steelers pretty soon here. John Pebbles in the chat says, pigskin pundits, get you some. Yeah, click on the link below, guys. Click on the link. And James says, if Dak is top 5, Goff is top 4. As of right now, yeah. Jared Goff definitely cracks the top 5 status as of right now. And Laura says, dang it, I'll be at a racetrack Saturday night. I love me some dirt racing, Laura. I love me some racing. I love me to people watch at some races. So enjoy that race. We'll be on for 2 hours from 9 p.m. East Coast time till 11 p.m. We will be on for a very, very long time. But this is the segment that I want to talk to you about first. This is the topic that I want to talk about first here, because James says that the Steelers still suck. No matter what you say about the Pittsburgh Steelers, they still suck, says James Frank. Well, Mr. James Frank, we need to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers did suffer their first loss last week versus the Indianapolis Colts. However, they were still 3-0 going into that game. They were still a top 10 team in the NFL. And despite losing to the Indianapolis Colts, they're still a top 10 team. They're still a really, really good team. The Steelers have been playing good, if not great, defense the first 3 weeks of this NFL season. Last week, they flushed like a little bit, but it is what it is. You get an old, wily veteran quarterback off of the bench. You are not expecting him to play, and you are prepared for yin and yang, and it's very, 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 very hard. But in those first 3 weeks, the Pittsburgh Steelers defense held the Falcons, yes, the mighty Atlanta Falcons playing tonight, to 10 points. They held the Broncos to 3 points, and they held the Chargers to 10 points. Last week, they still only gave up 27 points to a loss. They do play the Cowboys this weekend and should win. So we got to ask the question, guys. They're 3-1 right now. Ravens are in second place at 2-2. The Browns and Bengals, who really cares about them right now? Let's just be honest. Terrible teams. But are the real front runners in the AFC North the Pittsburgh Steelers? Are they the true front runners? Are they the true ringleaders of the AFC North? And like I said, the Pittsburgh Steelers do play the Dallas Cowboys this weekend. They're probably going to win that game. We're going to be talking a lot about the Dallas Cowboys coming up here. But they are an injured, riddled team right now. Riddledly injured. Cannot stop the run, cannot rush, and the Steelers are doing really good at both right now. They're really rushing the ball right now. The following week, they play the Las Vegas Raiders. They play the Las Vegas Raiders. They are self-imploding. Devontae Adams wants out, and that's probably just going to collapse that team. Let's just be honest. Then they play the Jets on primetime. Why the Jets on primetime? Whoever made these primetime games are just absolutely ridiculous, because the Steelers play 3 of their next 4 games on primetime, but the Jets will jet on primetime like they always do. Then they play yet another primetime game versus the New York Football Giants. They're going to win that game as well. Their first really true test is coming up against the Washington Commanders, and they're going to play wax the floor with them, to be 100% honest. And then finally, they play the best team in the NFL, my words, not anybody else's, the Baltimore Ravens. This will be a true test for the Steelers coming up, and it might be their second loss of the season. Guys, the Pittsburgh Steelers are a really, really good team. I've been saying it since July. Since they signed Russ and they traded for Justin Fields, I've been saying this all along. They are going to get 11 wins this season. Hell, they might even get 12 wins this season. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. The quarterback just has to not to suck. The defense will be great. Defense travels everywhere they go, and they play well in the playoffs. Quarterback play just not has to suck. And when I say they don't have to suck, it basically just has to be what Justin Fields is doing right now. And when you look at the offense, right now, they're averaging 190 yards passing yards per game. 190 yards passing. Doesn't sound like a whole lot. Oh, but guess what? That's better than the Colts. That's better than the Buffalo Bills. That's better than the Carolina Panthers. That's better than the Jacksonville Jaguars. Do I need to go on? I will. Better than the Dolphins. Sorry, Arthur Brown. Better than the Chargers. Better than the Titans. Better than the Bears. Better than the Browns. Better than the Patriots. And then better than the Ravens. Oh, there's still more. Better than the Cardinals. And they're better than the Saints. So to say that they can't pass and they can't do all this, I just listed 12 teams that they're better than have. They're also still averaging 130 yards rushing games per game. That is top 5 in the NFL. Top 6 in the NFL. My bad. And the defense is ranked 4th on top of that. Guys, the Pittsburgh Steelers are the real deal. I've been on many shows, I've seen many things, I've read many things, and even their own fan base, even the most diehard Pittsburgh Steelers fans out there are dogging the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, we suck, we're going to do this, we're going to... Guys, have some faith in the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're going to win the North. Not only are they going to win the North, they're going to win a playoff game. They might win 2 playoff games. The Pittsburgh Steelers are the real deal. They are winning the AFC North. They are going to win a wild card playoff game. They are going to win a divisional playoff game. We are going to see the Pittsburgh Steelers in the AFC Championship game. Understand that, like it, and love it and hate it, do whatever you want, but that is going to happen. So guys, let me ask this question. I've given you my thoughts. Are the Pittsburgh Steelers the real front runners of the AFC and the CAA North? Yes or no? Simple question. Yes or no? Are they the true front runners? And I have to say yes. I have to say yes that they are. They have to say yes. James Frank says they will fall. They will fall to who? To the Cowboys next week or this week, Sunday Night Football? No. They're going to fall to the Raiders? Nope. Are they going to beat the Jets? Yep. Are they going to beat the Giants? Yep. Are they going to beat the Commanders? Yep. Are they going to beat the Ravens in Pittsburgh? Yep. Guys, it would not shock me one bit, because I predicted them going 9-1 the first 10 games of the season. Right now, they're on pace to do that. Second half of the season sucked for them. It sucked when we thought the Browns were good. If not great. Many people had the Browns winning that division. Not so much anymore. The back half of the schedule was pretty tough when they played the Bengals, when everybody thought the Bengals were a Super Bowl bound team. Well, guess what? We're going to be talking about the Bengals and how they're done. Guys, the Steelers are the real deal. Defense travels, defense wins championships. All they need is average quarterback play. As long as the quarterback doesn't suck, they'll be okay. And James says, I care about my Browns. Listen, when I say I don't care about your Browns, that was wrong of me to say, James. As a man, it is hard for me to say, but I apologize. I apologize for talking bad about your Browns. So tomorrow, we'll lead the show with your Cleveland Browns. We will lead with your Browns. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but it is what it is. James says, nope. They are not the winners of the North. If the Pittsburgh Steelers are not the winner of the North, who is it? Is it the Ravens? Do the Bengals come back from the dead? Do the Browns trade for Trevor Lawrence? Curious. Laura says it's early. It's early, so slow it down, baby. It's early. But they are the favorites. They are the favorites. And I concur. But that's enough about the Pittsburgh Steelers. I had to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers because my uncle's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. And I've seen a lot of people just dogging them for some reason. Man, they suck. We lost to the Colts. Colts are not that bad. Slow it down, baby. The Colts are not that bad. But this is Thursday, guys. This is Thursday. And we got a beautiful segment called Panic or Patience. It is simple. We've been going out, scouring the old interwebs. We've been looking for what people are talking about, and we're going to determine if the team needs to panic or need to slow it down, baby, and let the roller coaster ride. We're going up, and we're going down, but eventually we'll go up again. Up again. So with that being said, the first panic or patient topic of the day is going to be the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, I know, the Dallas Cowboys. The mighty Dallas Cowboys, America's team Dallas Cowboys, they are valued at $10.9 billion. But right now, the Dallas Cowboys are full of issues. I apologize. That sneeze came out of nowhere. But right now, guys, the Dallas Cowboys are full of issues. They are full of issues from top to bottom. They cannot run the ball. They cannot stop the ball. And now injuries are starting to add up. When you look at the Dallas Cowboys right now, they are a team that is struggling on the surface. They are a team that has surface level issues and they need to be addressed. They don't have inner fighting. They don't have ownership issues or general manager issues, whatever. It is a surface level issue. So with that being said, is it time to panic in Dallas? Is it time to sound the alarms and say, hey, we have a problem, we have a problem, we have a problem? Now, as we said, in Dallas, they are in a bad way right now. They're in a bad way. They have injuries piling up. DeMarcus Lawrence is now on the IR. Micah Parsons is doubtful for this weekend's game. Jordan Phillips is now on the IR. Kalen Carson is now questionable. Darrell Johnson is on the IR. Dallas Cowboys, 4 of their front 7 is all on IR, and the season-ending IR. Season-ending IR. Brandon Cooks will be out this week as well with the infection in his knee that he had drained. Obviously, the Dallas Cowboys cannot stop the run. They cannot rush the ball. And look who the Dallas Cowboys have coming up next. They do play the Pittsburgh Steelers, averaging 128 rushing yards per game. That's the worst of the next 5. Then they play at the Detroit Lions, averaging 151 yards rushing per game. And thankfully, they got a bye week. Whew. Thank Lord for the bye week. But then they play the San Francisco 49ers. Even without CMC, they're still averaging 141 yards rushing per game. And then the following week, they play the Atlanta Falcons. Bijan Robinson, one of the top running backs in the NFL right now. The Falcons as a whole is averaging 102 yards rushing per game. Guys, the Dallas Cowboys are in a world of hurt. The Dallas Cowboys are in a world of hurt right now. But is it time to panic? Is it really, really time to panic in Dallas? And I have to say yes. It is 100% time to panic in Dallas Cowboys mode. They should be pushing the panic button as hard as they can. They need to figure something out right now. They have a defense that is built to play from the lead. Right now, they haven't had a lead all season long. Yes, versus the Browns, they came out and they fired early, but fell down early to the Saints, fell down early to the Ravens. Hell, they were losing to the Giants. Luckily, they were able to muster a comeback. But it is time to panic in Dallas. They need to make a move. They need to trade for Travis Etienne. They need to travel for Bigsby. Maybe Rashad Stevenson's from the Pittsburgh or from the New England Patriots since he just got benched. Maybe Cam Akers. Maybe elevate Dalvin Cook. They need to figure out something on the running game. They need to get a running back. Sorry, Zeke. I love you. Love you like a brother. Fuck you like a sister. But at the end of the day, you are just not him anymore. There's a reason why we got rid of you the first time. The reason is you are a little long in the tooth. You're a little over the hill. You got a little gray in the beard. Running back's life in the NFL is 4 or 5 years. Dak, Zeke, you're out of here. And then Brandon Cooks is out. Infection in his knee. This could linger on for the rest of the season. I don't know how he got the infection in his knee, whether he had his knee scoped or got a cut or something, but that infection could lead into something more serious. I mean, the infection was so bad that he had to go to a doctor and get it drained out, right? And fixed. Dallas Cowboys should be on the phone with the Las Vegas Raiders right now. Devontae, what do you want for him? It doesn't matter. We're all in right now. Max Crosby, what do you want? Hendrickson from the Cincinnati Bengals, who do you like? How do we get him? Guys, it is a panic time in Dallas. So, guys, I got to ask the question. Is it time to panic in Dallas, or is it time to just be patient? Let the system ride. Let it ride out. Let it ride out. Let it ride out. James Frank says they are not America's team. If they're not America's team, then who is? If you say the Green Bay Packers, I will drive to Cleveland right now and kick you right in the toe. I will bring a sofa, put it in front of you, and force you to kick that sofa 5 times in a row with your pinky toe. Do not say the Green Bay Packers. Do not say the Cleveland Browns. Do not say the San Francisco 49ers. The only team that could potentially compete with the Dallas Cowboys right now, honestly, are the Las Vegas Raiders or the Kansas City Chiefs. But Dallas Cowboys are America's team until proven otherwise. Lorik says they are in panic mode no matter how you look at it. No matter how you slice this egg, they're in panic mode. Whether you dice it, whether you slice it, whether you mashushin it or bagadushin it, they're in panic mode. Panic mode in Dallas. Panic mode in Dallas. Per Artist says, hey, from Chicago. What up? Hope you are joining us. Hope you're having a grand old time. Having a great day. Be sure to hit the like button. Show this to a couple friends as well. You got the new little hand, so I think you're a new follower. So welcome. James says, I think I picked the Steelers to beat the boys this week in the pick'em. Well, James, let's find out for you real quick here. Let me pull up the Excel sheet. Bada bing, bada boom. And we are going to look at James Frank's thing. You are line number 6, James. And you do have the Steelers beating the Cowboys. There's only one person that has the Cowboys winning this weekend over the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that is Kaylee. Kaylee Johnson is the only one that has the Cowboys beating the Pittsburgh Steelers this weekend. I will have the Cowboys beating the Pittsburgh Steelers this weekend. Laura says, I know that I picked the Steelers over the Cowboys as well. And James says, yep, it is time to have a heart attack in Dallas. I think I saw 10 players on the IR. Brandon Cooks is out. Zeke is terrible. Hell, just put Deuce Vaughn in at that point. My boy from the Kansas State University. I got my flag back there. I got my college helmet. Put Deuce in there. James says KC is America's team right now. And never say never, Green Bay. Never say Green Bay. So, guys, is it time to panic in Dallas? 100%. I think it's 100% time to panic in Dallas, 100%. And Jim wants to chime in and say the Dallas Cowboys have been in panic mode since 1998. Put that panic up there. 1998. Jim, half of these people weren't even born in 1998. I was actually addressing my football team yesterday after practice, and we were speaking about the current events and the strike and like all this other stuff and like how it's going to affect us globally and warranty and possibly create a recession again. And they're like, oh, you mean like the Great Depression, back in 2008. And in my mind, I was thinking the Great Depression of 1908 through, like the dirt, like the Dust Bowl days, the actual Great Depression. No, they're referring to 2008, that recession that we had in 2008. So, Jim, if you want to talk about 1998, you better be ready to age yourself, my man. My starting quarterback just turned 15 years old this year. 15. He was born in 2010? You know what I was doing in 2010? I was balls deep in some baby mama drama. Jim, you already had like 15 kids like at this point. James says you're making me feel old. James, I'm only 36. And when they told me that, I felt old. I was like, you motherfuckers. Jim says, no toilet paper is depressing. That's why I ran a garden hose through the bathroom window. The great bidet. The great bidet of 2020. Love it. I love it. But Jacksonville Jaguars. This is a team that everybody loves to hate as of right now. But the Jacksonville Jaguars are currently the only winless team in the NFL. That's right. The only winless team in the NFL. They're sitting at 0-4. They play the Colts, Bears, and the Patriots the next 3 weeks. Now, we see them 0-4, and we see them playing bad football. But is it really time to panic in Jacksonville? Is it time to push that alarm bell and panic, panic, panic? Guys, after this week when they played the Colts, the Jaguars yet again play back-to-back games overseas. They will play the Patriots and the Bears over the pond the following weeks, week 6 and week 7. Last season, 2023, the Jaguars started off slow as well. They started off slow. They're 1-3, 1-4, and then they played back-to-back games over the pond. They played the Falcons and the Bills overseas. After they won those 2 games over there, they rattled off 5 wins in a row. They actually won 5 of their next 6 games over that stretch with wins over the Falcons, Bills, Saints, Colts, Titans, and Texans. Wow. Some pretty big wins, right? Slow it down, baby. But then the wheels fell off. Since that particular point, they have lost 9 of their last 10 games, and their only win was over the Carolina Panthers when Trevor Lawrence did not play. Now, after they get back from over the pond, they do play the Packers, Eagles, Vikings, Lions, and Texans. All potentially winnable games. So when we look at Jacksonville Jaguars, guys, is it time to panic in Jacksonville? Is it time to sound the alarms? Is it time to really just ring the bells? I mean, of course it is. Of course it is. It has been time to panic in Jacksonville. It is beyond past time to Panicville, right? That panic alarm is probably worn out because it's been pushed so much right now. The Jacksonville Jaguars are a sinking ship, and they do not know how to fix it. They do not know how to fix it, and they have not made any changes to fix it. They have done nothing to fix this sinking ship. But Jacksonville Jaguars, Sher Khan, or whatever the hell the owner's name is, listen to me. This is how you fix the Jacksonville Jaguars right now. After you push the panic alarm, you have to shake it up a little bit. You brought in Mac Jones for a reason, and that was not to be a backup. Let's just be honest. Start Mac Jones. Start Mac Jones right now. Start him right now. And you might go 5 of your next 6. You might win 6 of the next 7 games. Start Mac Jones. Shake it up. Next thing you got to do is move on from Doug Peterson. I understand he's your coach, he's your boy, he's your bromance. You guys share hoes, right? Dab each other up. I get it. Move on from that man. It's a business. It is a business. Last thing you got to do is trade Travis Etienne. Travis Etienne is just not working in Jacksonville. I don't know what it is, but every time he starts to get a little momentum, he takes 5 steps back. Bigsby is the guy in Jacksonville right now. Trade Travis Etienne. Get a 2nd, 3rd round pick out of him. Do something. Guys, it is definitely time to panic in Jacksonville. Shake it up. Start Mac Jones. Fire your coach. Trade Travis Etienne. Hell, you already got rid of Calvin Ridley this offseason because you thought he was just going to stay home and take the hometown discount. Didn't even offer a contract. That's stupid. But guys, it is 100% time to panic in Jacksonville. It has been time to panic. So guys, with the 0-4 start, if they drop the next game to the Chicago, or who they play next is it's not the Bears. Who do they play next? Who do they play? Oh, they play the Colts next. If they dropped 0-5 to the Colts, is it time to panic? What do they need to do? Jim says Lawrence is hanging on by a nose. And to be honest, I do not know how Trevor Lawrence is still a starting quarterback in this NFL. How is he still a starting quarterback? He has lost 11 straight starts. He has not had a win since Thanksgiving of last season. You guys realize Thanksgiving is a month away? It's almost been a full year since he's won an NFL football game. Wrap your hands around that. James says the first win is going to be against the Patriots. And normally I would say, yes, James, I would agree with you. But at that point, we are going to be seeing Drake May in New England. We are going to see a new receiver in New England, whether it's Devontae Adams, whether it's D-Hop, whether it's, Hunter Renfro. They're going to have some receiver help. They're going to be starting Drake May. Sorry, Jacoby Brissett. You just aren't the mustard that we all wanted you to be. You played the first 5 weeks. You took the lumps. Now it's time for Drake May. I don't know if, honestly, guys, looking at the Jacksonville Jaguars schedule, if we really look at it, let me pull it up. Let me really dive into it. Give me a win that they're going to be favored in. They play the Colts this week. It's at Jacksonville. Division game, potential. We'll give that a toss-up. Then they play the Bears and Patriots both over the pond. Granted, I think the Jaguars are the winningest team over in England and Europe in general. So, yeah, it's a pretty good possibility, which I think is bullshit that they play back-to-back games there. That's definitely an advantage of 100% to the Jacksonville Jaguars, but I digress. But beyond that, they play the Packers? No. Eagles? Yeah, potentially. Vikings? No. Lions? No. Texans? No. Titans? No. Jets? No. Raiders? Nah. No. Titans? No. Colts? No. Guys, the Jacksonville Jaguars realistically might go 0-17. They have a $280 million quarterback on their roster, and they might go 0-17. Panic, panic, panic. 100% panic. There are 2 wins for the Jags, says Frank. Both over the pond versus the Bears and the Patriots. I don't know. James says, I really don't think Lawrence is a bum, though. I think he needs a good change of scenery, and I agree with that. There are some times when just a system, a coaching staff, a state just does not work for you. I played indoor football in Knoxville, Tennessee. I hated it. I hated the city. I hated the state. I hated the team. I hated the coach. I hated everything about Tennessee. I hated everything about Knoxville, Tennessee. People said I was washed up. I was done. I should retire. I should hang it up. Right? Even my own family was like, hey, maybe you're just losing a step. What do? Move back to Kansas, join a team, try out for that team, leading the league in tackles, leading the league in interceptions, 4-time All-Star. So, yeah. Change of scenery can help a lot. Derek says the owner wants to move the team to England. I would say that, but they're building like a $12 billion stadium in Jacksonville right now. So I don't think the owner knows what he wants, to be honest. I think the owner just wants to have a successful team and not understand what it takes to be a successful team. I think that's what it ultimately comes down to. And James says it's definitely time to panic. Panic, panic, panic. And Laura says it's panic. 100% is time to panic. Panic should have been on notice since the beginning of the season. Panic. Renfro is a bum. And James says, if Joe Flacco is starting, the Colts win. Either way, the Colts win. John Taylor was a beast. The Kansas State University. Put respect on the name, Laura. Yes. And James says, West Virginia just had a nice comeback versus Kansas. Well, everybody beats a stupid Jayhawk. Do you guys even know what a Jayhawk is? Like, legit. There are some mythical creatures out there like dragons and Seahawks and, other things like that. But a Jayhawk, very mythical creature bird, right? You know what a Jayhawk is? It's a limestone layer. They go out there, they cut up limestone, and they lay it down. That's what a Jayhawk is. So they are Kansas limestone layers. Best nickname in the world. Way to go, Kansas Jayhawks. Boo-hoo, screw KU, as we like to say. Boo-hoo, screw KU. But Jim says the Jags shouldn't panic. They've been bad for a minute, so it's really no surprise. It is a surprise. It is a surprise because you put $200 and some odd million into a quarterback that has lost 9 straight games, now 11 straight games. It's just terrible. It's just terrible. And Laura, I thought we were friends, Laura. I thought we were friends. You being from Minnesota, being an Oklahoma fan now, or living in Oklahoma, I thought we were cool, Laura. I mean, you could have said anything. You could have said Boomer Sooner. You should have said Go Cowboys, bang, bang. Hell, I would have been fine with the Texas Tech Aggies, SMU Mustangs. I would have been fine everything, but then you come out and you do this low blow, Laura. You come out and you hit me below the belt and you say rock chalk Jayhawk. And you say rock chalk, what? Not only are the stupidest name ever, the limestone layers, then they got the stupidest chant ever, rock chalk Jayhawk. Obviously, rock chalk is the limestone. And then they're like, so basically what they're saying is rock chalk, limestone, lime layer. Like, it's stupid. Come on, rock chalk Jayhawk, Lord. Come on. Boo-hoo, screw KU. And James says, I was at that game. It was crazy. Listen, when I was in college, West Virginia was not a part of the Big 12 yet. We actually had the original Big 12, right? We had Nebraska, Iowa State, Missouri, Kansas State, Oklahoma State, Texas Tech, Texas A&M, Colorado, and who was the 12th? Can't remember. I think I said it. Oh, and Kansas State, obviously, right? I would have loved to play at West Virginia. However, I have former teammates that had the opportunity to play at West Virginia. They said it's terrible. Like, you have to fly into like Pittsburgh and then take like a 3-hour bus to the stadium in the middle of the mountains. I don't know. And it smells like piss water or something. I don't know. I'm not dogging West Virginia. I love actually when Geno Smith was there, right? Was it Geno Smith? And they had the highest flying offense ever. I actually love that. I actually love that. Laura says my kiddo was born in Lawrence. I'm very, very sorry for that, Laura. You could have drove 20 minutes to Kansas City. You could have drove 40 minutes to Manhattan. Hell, you could have drove 10 minutes to Perry. You could have drove another 20 minutes south to Baldwin. Anywhere but Lawrence. Anywhere but Lawrence. No, I'm kidding. I have no ill will versus the Jayhawks. Actually, some of my best friends, actually Adrian Mays played offensive line for the Jayhawks the year that they won the Orange Bowl, and now he's a coach at Texas State. So shout out to AD. But next up here on the panic or relax mode, panic or patience, we got to talk about the Cincinnati Bengals. We have to talk about the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals guys right now got their first win of the season last week versus the Carolina Panthers. Last five seasons, 4 of them, they started 0-2. If you count this season, they've done 5. So 5 of the last 6, they've started 0-2. Now, they kind of had a get-me-right game versus the Carolina Panthers. And to be honest, they looked halfway decent against the Commanders as well. So even though they are 1-3, is it time to panic in Cincinnati? Is it time to sell the farm? Is it time to shake up the cage? Now, when we look at the Commanders so far this season, week number 1, they lost to the Patriots. Nobody and their dog thought that was going to happen. In my Survivor Pick'em League, I had this as my lock for week 1, and I lost week 1. Then they lose to a close game to the Kansas City Chiefs. Everybody always steps up for the Chiefs, and then they played well versus the Commanders. Then they had a, quote, get right game versus the Carolina Panthers, sitting 1-3 so far this season. But the next few weeks, they play teams like the Baltimore Ravens, New York Giants, Cleveland Browns, Philadelphia Eagles in the next 4 weeks. The Bengals should lose this weekend. Let's not get it twisted. The Ravens are a good team. They should lose this weekend to the Baltimore Ravens. They are one of the best teams in the NFL, and quite frankly, the Bengals are not. Now, they should beat the Giants, they should beat the Browns, and they should beat the Eagles the following weeks. So, guys, let's say they do not look well versus the Baltimore Ravens. Let's just play like complete dog poo-poo, and they get blown out 40-0, 40-6. Is it time to panic in Cincinnati? When I look at this, I try to think logically. I try to think logically like, hey, they've been here before, they've done this, whatever, yada, yada, yada. But the truth of the matter is, it's time to panic in Cincinnati. It is 100% time to panic in Cincinnati. The reason why it is time to panic in Cincinnati is because they're not just losing games, they're not playing well. The chemistry is off. Joe Burrow just seems not himself. Jamar Chase, one of those dollar bills, y'all, and now he seems like he's playing scared, right? He is playing not to get hurt. I think he took out an $80 million insurance policy out on himself or something crazy. The point of the matter is if they do not play well versus the Baltimore Ravens, it is time to panic. They need to start ringing those bells very, very loudly. And if they do not play well versus the Giants the following week, it is time to fire sell that team. It is time to trade Jamar Chase. It is time to trade T. Higgins. It is time to maybe trade some of those defensive pieces. It is time to get some value out of those players, which you're not going to pay them. If you really wanted to pay Jamar Chase, you already got a deal done. It is time to rebuild. Probably start from the head up. Head coach, see ya. New receiver, we'll get him in the draft. Defensive help, we'll get it. We'll get it in the draft. The point of the matter is, guys, the Bengals should not be as bad as they are. The Bengals should be 4-0 on this season. They should be, and they're not. They got physically beat by the Patriots. They got mentally beat by the Kansas City Chiefs. They got outplayed by the Commanders. And then they got beat by a 37-year-old quarterback by the name of Andy Dalton. They're going to get beat by the Ravens. They're going to probably get beat by the Giants. The Browns own them. I believe somebody said that Joe Burrow is 2-6 versus the Browns. Yet James said it. Guys, the Bengals are not good. Ever since that Super Bowl run, what have they done? Like legit, what have they done? I am pushing the panic alarms in Cincinnati right now. When they lost to the Patriots, I would have been pushing the panic alarm. When they got mentally outplayed by the Kansas City Chiefs, panic alarm. Outplayed by the Commanders, panic alarm. Even the win over the Carolina Panthers should have been pressing the panic alarm. Let's just be honest. Should have been pushing it. So, guys, is it time to panic in Cincinnati? I want you guys' opinions on it. Laura says the Panthers game was a struggle for the Bengals, though. It never should have been that close a game. It never should have. The Panthers are not good. Let's just be honest. I don't care if it's Andy Dalton or Bryce Young at quarterback. The Panthers are not good at all. The reason why they beat the Raiders, because quarterback, no film on him, yada, yada, yada. And, of course, Devontae Adams did not play that game, if I'm not mistaken. Should have never won that game. James says Joe Burrow is 2-6 against the Browns. Ouch. Matter of fact, does Joe Burrow have a losing record versus everybody in the AFC North? I feel like he does. Somebody fact check me on like on that. Where's CBS when I need them? If you know, you know. Jim says the Bungles, Sam White drove them in the dirt and they never recovered. That must have been early 70s. Laura says panic. Panic again. They should have been on notice of the first game of the season. Yeah. When you got beat by the Patriots, you should have known something was up. Granted, the first game of the season, they had no Jamar Chase. They had no T. Higgins. So I can give them that. Give them that pass, maybe. James says they're not beating the Browns anytime soon. James Frank says Kevin Stefanski is 11-2 versus cat teams. That's an interesting fact. Laura says they wasted all the time on Chase and let the rest of the team sink like a shit in the septic tank. So this is the problem with the Bengals, right? Tyler Boyd. I thought he was the glue that held that system together. He was the X factor on that team. With Tyler Boyd in the roster, T. Higgins was able to eat, Jamar Chase was able to eat, and Joe Mixon was able to eat. Tyler Boyd opened up everybody because he was there and he was going to be that dog to get you those tough, gritty yards, right? You let Tyler Boyd walk because he didn't have flashy stats. He didn't have stats that jumped out at you. He was kind of just like, we'll find somebody to replace him. And then you hangle this carrot in front of Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase did not approach ownership saying, I want a new deal. Ownership approached Jamar Chase saying, hey, let's get you a new deal. Let's get this done, right? Nothing was ever done. We saw CD get paid. We seen JJ get paid. And now Jamar's like, hey, you know what the market is. You know what I'm asking for. Just make it happen. You came to me. That instantly caused a rift among the whole team. When ownership comes to you and says, hey, I'm going to give you a raise, and that raise never comes through, that contract extension never comes through, that's going to piss me off. We all live in the real world. We all work an 8 to 5 job, 9 to 5 job, whatever you want to call it. If our boss, if the owner, the CEO of the company says, hey, I'm going to give you a raise, and 6 months pass, you never get that raise and never gets brought up again. Like, what? Like, why even say something if you're not going to do anything? But yeah, that's time to panic. 100%, James. 100%. James says, I think his record might be the same versus the Ravens. And Derek says the Bengals are going to bounce back. Let's say the Bengals do bounce back. Let's say somehow, some way they beat the Ravens. Puts them at 2-3 this season. I don't see them sweeping the Ravens. I don't see them sweeping the Browns. I don't see them sweeping the Steelers either, right? So there's at least 3 more losses on your record this season. That puts you at 6 losses. Then you play the Giants. Then you play the Eagles, the Raiders, the Chargers, the Cowboys, Titans, Broncos to end the season. I probably see at least 2 more losses in those teams that I named off. Whether it's at the Cowboys on Monday Night Football, whether it's the Broncos, hell, it could be the Titans. Raiders always seem to step up. Eagles could get right. At best, you're looking at 9-8. Again. 9-8 again. Does that put you in the playoffs? No. Does that make you a Super Bowl caliber team? No. So they can bounce back and get 8-9 wins. Awesome. What does that do? Hurt you next year. It's time to fire the team. It's time to pluck the team. It is time to panic. Panic. Jamar said, I want 1 more penny than JJ's contract. And they couldn't do it. He ain't worth it. That's just saying. Who's not worth it? That Tyler Boyd isn't worth it or Jamar Chase isn't worth it? That's who I'm curious, Laura. But CJ in Dallas says Dak is doing his thing, even with a garbage old line and no run game. He is. Dak is still a top 5 quarterback. We talked about that. Dak is a top 5 quarterback. Stop dogging my man Dak. And Derek says, you got me there. I mean, like, I'm not trying to get you by any stretch of the imagination, Derek. I'm just saying, like, it's kind of like the Cowboys, right? Yeah, the Cowboys might finish the season off 7 wins, 8 wins, potentially 9 wins. Might get hot and get 10 wins, right? But what does that do for you? Get you to the playoffs. You are not going to beat a top team, any team from the NFC North, whether it's the Vikings, Packers, or Lions. You're not going to beat the Bucks. The only chance you really got is if you face a NFC West team and the 49ers and the Seahawks, and as of late they both got your number. So really all you're doing is you're hurting your team for next year. You're hurting your draft pick. Let's just be honest. But Thursday Night Football is here, guys. It is time for me to get out of here. The little mans have got swimming lessons at 4 o'clock, so I got to get. But look at this shirt, guys. I'm straight from the hood. Fatherhood. That shirt is over at manhourradio.com, guys. Check out the merchandise page. Support us. Straight from the hood. And we're talking about fatherhood. Until next time, guys, we are out. Live, raw, uncut NFL talk every Monday through Friday, 2:30 East Coast time, right here on Facebook.com, of course, YouTube.com. Until then, we out.